Hi, and welcome to Classpad.net. In this video today, I'd like to explore creating a table of values from a graph. So first things first, I want to graph an equation. So I'm going to select my graph icon and open up a graph sticky. I'm going to click on the f of x here to enter my function, and I'm going to enter y equals 1/4 times the quantity x to the third plus 3x squared minus 6x minus 8. And there is my graph. So we have a cubic function. We know that with a cubic function in this case, in this scenario, we have roots, we have a y-intercept, and we have a max and a min. So what I want to do now is take those key features and import them into a table. Now, I don't want to see a table with all the values there and everything that I could possibly do. If I wanted to do that, I could display the table here. And I'm going to click on that. You'll notice that's from -5 to 5 by increments of 1. And then I can go in and I can change all those values as I wanted to. But what I want to do, and I'm going to select this and get rid of this here, is create a specific table of just my key features. Okay, so I'm going to click on the graph sticky again, hover over the graph itself, and then I'm going to, before I do that, change my settings to decimal, just because I know that max and min aren't going to be pretty numbers. Once again, hover over, and I'm going to select my key features. Okay, so all my key features are selected. I have 3 roots, I have a y-intercept, I have a max, and I have a min. So now what I want to do is once again hover over each of those points and select them again. And I can do this individually, but because I have so many points I want to include my table, I'm going to do it all at one time. So whenever you see that, you notice that I have selected the points once again. So the first time I selected the points, I marked them on the graph. Now I'm actually highlighting and saying I want these points. So it's kind of like a control all for those of you that are familiar with the keyboard shortcuts, and I'm selecting all of them now. So selecting these points, if I hover over any of the points itself, because they're all selected, I can right click. And when I right click, I have 2 options. One option is to show the label. So it'll actually label each of those points as like a point 1, which then ultimately will give it a x1 and a y1, or a point 2, which becomes an x2 and a y2, or I can convert to a table. So let's go ahead and convert to a table. All right, so here is my table of values for just my key features. So this is kind of a different way to explore, the relationship between the function, the graph, and the table of values. So I can take my table that I've created here, and if I wanted to, I can add values. So let's say I wanted to explore what 2.5 was on my table, and then I can, expand that table a little bit more. I can explore when x equals 3, what does that y value equal on my graph? And I can go in and I can change any of the points that are already there. So just a little different aspect of comparing and exploring graphs and tables and functions in the equation itself. For more Classpad.net tips, please subscribe to our channel. Otherwise, thanks for watching.